Alright guys, this is a two-part video. Well, there's no two videos, but there's like two subjects in this video. So first of all, the progress in Dead Scourge. So yes, I made a grave mistake trying to push in difficulty 9. I tried with 268 Scourge points, and I was I used like most of my weekend trying to get through this, and it wasn't easy. On the first like actual run, I got stuck in the second non-legendary mutant node. I just wasn't prepared enough, and yeah, these nodes are tough if you're not prepared. On the second run, I actually got through them and got to the legendary nodes, but even though my Red Hulk was charged and I have my Death Horseman, my Horseman characters at really good levels and gear tiers and all of T4s and Red Stars and whatever's, it was like nigh impossible to actually get through this first node in a way that I would have most of my characters at good health for the next node. And after like, I don't know, maybe 5 hours of resetting in here, I took one attempt where I had my most of my characters alive but at low health, and then tried the second node, and there was just no chance I could get through it. So to me, it feels like difficulty 9 is not the way to go. I'm not sure even if the most crackenest players could do it in difficulty 9 in a way that they could get more points than we can get from difficulty 8. They can get through this, I know that for sure, and they can get through this with a lot of scourges. I'm betting they can hit like maybe 300 or something like that. But there's only few people who can do that, and I'm not even sure if they can get through it, if they can actually get more points than we can get on difficulty 8 with all of the scourges. Alright, so that leads up to me giving up on difficulty 8 after I saw people actually doing real well on difficulty 8 with ease and getting a lot of scourge points. So yeah, I jumped on the bandwagon and jumped back in difficulty 8. I took all the scourges except for the ones that give HP for the enemies and the zombification one. And what do you know? After about 1 hour and 30 minutes, I was done with my first run and got my first good score of 3.195 million. So yeah, obviously after that, when I checked the scoreboard, it was super obvious for me that most of the top players are just doing difficulty 8 with a lot of scourges. Most likely the top players are using all of the scourges, and they are not even bothering with difficulty 8. I might be wrong, so if you know anything about this, if you know anyone that's doing like top 50 score with difficulty 9, please let me know in the comments. I'm super interested in knowing about these things, but I'm pretty sure that everyone's doing difficulty 8. So once I did my run, I ended up in a like 200 or something like that, and I've been dropping real fast after my run. So yeah, I decided to do another run, aiming for the top 50 and at least to stay on top 500. And I decided that, yeah, let's just take all of the scourges. Maybe there's like a chance that I can push through to the top 50 with all of the scourges. So 450 scourge points. That's everything. And if I get this done, it's like 3.35 to 3.4 million based on the efficiency points. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. The second part is showing you how hard and like unforgiving this difficulty 8 can be with all of the scourges. So yeah, I went through the minion nodes with ease, and my minions haven't been upgraded since difficulty 9 runs. They're still level 87, uh, gear tier 15, except for Ravager's teacher, who's gear tier 16 from the Dark Dimension 5 runs. I have a lot of T4s in them, don't get me wrong, they are actually quite well built, and I have T4s in them because I used the Ravagers in Dark Dimension 5, I used the Ravagers in war attacks, and I used to have a pretty built up mercenary defense team in wars. So this was sort of easy for me because I didn't have to build them a lot. I think had my Ravagers at like level 80 and my mercenaries at level 75. So I just did like a bit more levels to make sure that I can get through this. But I would say for everyone who's like not doing difficulty 8 at all scourges or difficulty 9, please do not build these guys unless you have to. So try it out, build them a bit more if you can get through them, and yeah, don't go crazy on them because it's yeah, lost resources, I would say. And a small PSA as well, if you didn't know, you definitely have to choose the 3 scourges which give the minions some effects, and if you don't use them you will be struggling. And let me see if we can find them over here. The keyword should be minions, and let me see. Let me see. Where are they? No. Well, there's 3 of them. And they can be found. Oh, here. Sorry about that. So yeah. Minions flip negative effects. You definitely use that. And you need that. All minions get 30% more focus, health, crit chance, crit damage, revive, health, and active healing. And all minions revive once. If you don't have those, your run is going to be more difficult than it has to be, so please use them. They are super useful. Alright, so that's the update on my Scourge run, and I'm going to show you the actual gameplay. So I've tested out this node for a long time. If you didn't know, I feel like the top players all are using these hero nodes to set up for the upcoming nodes. And what I mean by this is they use certain characters which they are going to be using later on in the non-mutant legendary nodes and the legendary nodes to make sure that they are prepared for those nodes to get the maximal advantage. And because the hero nodes, unless you're playing at 450 scourges, are one of the easier ones because you have a lot of options in here, a lot of good teams, a lot of good characters. These are the setup nodes for the scourge. So yeah, let's get at it. So this is the team I've been toying around lately. So I've been trying a lot of different comps, and it feels like this is the one I want to go with. The key pieces in here are the Eternals. They are the most valuable players in here. With the level and with the Scourges I have, I think they are necessity. I mean, you have to have them. There's no way you can go around this node if you don't have Eternals in here. The other part is the setting up for the non-legendary mutant nodes, and I do that by using magic and storm. I want to get storm charged up for those nodes, and hopefully that will get me through them. And of course, magic is there to help her build her charges and stay alive. And the last part is Web Weaver. Web Weaver is here to keep our team alive. Even though we can actually even one-shot the first node with Icarus Ultimate, the first wave. The second wave is actually real tough, and it can just overwhelm you in a second. And I need my Web Weaver, Spider Weaver here to make sure that the team stays alive, and I may use the ultimate and the special to make the enemies miss me. You might notice that I have the healer ISOs on 3 of my characters, and that's just to make sure that I'm topped off when this node is about to end. So yeah, that's about it. Let's get at it. Okie dokie. So this is definitely, I'm gonna be just checking out the time. It's not too bad. So this is definitely a reset extravaganza in a way that you have to have like the perfect RNG to get through this. And here you can see the power of the zombification and the other scourge, which I cannot quite remember, which always like doubles up the buffs that these enemies are getting. And as you can see, there's no freaking way you can get through this without using Icarus ult and just flipping those stuff. But alright, to the gameplay, I'm gonna be using my basic as a first attack, because I want to save my ultimate and my special for the second wave. And here I'm not quite sure if we want to like 2-shot or like with Icarus in this spot, or if we want to just do like 1 hit. But we cannot decide that, so I'm just gonna go with whatever they give me. But sometimes I can get a character killed and it will be doing a 2-shot like this. I'm sort of hoping that this will be better, because like of course it feels good to kill the first wave, but yeah, it's such a like delicate balance on the speed meters and the abilities that it's not certain that this is the best way to go. But I'm definitely gonna try it. So now we have the chance to use our ultimate. There's good things about it and there's bad things about it. The bad thing is that they don't have speed meter right now. They are sort of like just respawned, so it would be sort of a waste to use this ultimate. We would actually get rid of that blind on Icarus, so we would get that extra ISO 8 attack from Icarus if we use the ultimate, and we would get regions and stuff for our team as well. But it's not clear if that's the way to go. So, and we cannot clear any buffs since they don't have any buffs just yet. So I'm feeling like we either are going to use the ultimate to wipe out these characters and just get them down, these characters down a bit, and to clear that blind from Icarus. But it feels like it's not worth it. So I'm feeling like we're going to be just going with the basic on Taskmaster. And on Taskmaster, because Taskmaster actually can hit through our Spider Weaver charges. So I want to kill him first. Mr. Negative is like the real problem in here, and maybe even Squirrel Girl. But Mr. Negative cannot hit through the charges, so I'm not so worried about him as I am about Taskmaster. So let's go with the basic on Taskmaster and just slowly get him down a bit. So here are the buffs, and yeah, now it's starting to look dangerous. So let's go with the basic. We just definitely don't want to use charges in here. We want to build up the charges. So basic is the way to go. Definitely going to use the special in here. It's all about building up those charges. And now we have a chance to use either the special. So that way we can kill that, make sure that Phantom X dies. But I think they are taking the bleed damage before they are flipping those. And he's so close to dying that I think he's about to die anyways. And I don't think it will reach the Mr. Negative minion. The good thing would be that we'll be hitting Taskmaster a bit as well with the special, but I'm a big fanboy of the basic instead of the special, at least in a situation where you're trying to get the maximum damage, because this is real cool, real good when you have like three or more targets that you're hitting with it. I would say that 4 would be like optimal, but 3 is okay. But if it's just like 2 characters, then the basic is better just on damage. But based on my own logic, let's go with the special just to get some damage in for that Taskmaster and that Phantom X. Right, and Taskmaster is delightfully low on health. I'm really liking that. And now we have the ultimate ready. And I think we want to use this. This is sort of like we have to think about the setup as well, because if we don't have like our abilities ready for the next node, then this all has been in vain. And I'm definitely using my Eternals on the next node as well. And the key abilities to be having in the next node would be definitely the ultimates from Igris and Cersei. So now it's a balance of should I be using this ultimate or not. It feels like, to me, it feels like it's the obvious choice, like the easy choice to just use it. But I'm feeling like maybe the a bit riskier choice, but which would have like better end results, would be just going with the basic. And I think I'm going with that. So I want to kill this Taskmaster. Like I said, his abilities can hit through the charges, and we have a Spider Weaver coming up next. So I think we are pretty well set up. So we just want to kill him and save our ultimate. So now it's the ultimate. Now we can get the stun and trauma on these characters. And we have few options. Because we can actually now use this ultimate to actually make them miss a turn with the trauma. They have all of the scourges, so normally in a turn they would just get rid of all of those debuffs and take their turns anyway. So if you have just stun in them, it won't affect them at all. So in with all of these scourges, like the beneficial debuffs that you want in there are definitely slow, because slow has its effects done while they take a turn, and when they take a turn it doesn't matter anymore. It has done its job. And anything you can get in with the trauma, because trauma makes sure that when they take turn, they won't be flipping them up and taking their turns through stuns and ability blocks and stuff like that. Other than that, your debuffs are, of course, you want the defense down, because that way you can get a lot more damage in. But yeah, like most of the debuffs don't have the same effect that you are used to in most of other game modes. So we could use this ultimate now to put trauma and stun on either of these characters. The other option would be to just use this, because we have Mr. Negative coming up, and his ability is only one ability. So, and Squirrel Girl will be doing the special. So, but the special actually will be hitting as well. So, if I remember correctly, if there's no shenanigans in here, Mr. Negative will go first, and then it will be Squirrel Girl. And it looks like that in the speed meters, but it's not quite that obvious. So if I do the special, I will only have one charge. Mr. Negative will take a turn, do his special. That will be negated by the charge. Then Squirrel Girl will be taking her turn, and healing and hitting our highest damage, which will be Cersei. Then I think it's going to be the Mr. Negative minion before our storm, and then it's either Magic or Cersei who will be going next. And we have an AI controlled Silver Samurai, which we all know that they hit like trucks, especially when they have like a Striker or Raider. Luckily this one has a Fortifier, but cannot quite remember how much damage does he do. Okay, so maybe this is like super tight. Like the abilities I really want to avoid are Mr. Negative Special and Ultimate and Squirrel Girl Ultimate. I think I can get through the rest. So if I use the special, I will have my next turn to use the Spider Weaver Ultimate, and then I would be most likely getting rid of the ultimate from Mr. Negative and the ultimate from Spider Weaver, and one hit from either Silver Samurai, which is hopefully the case, and I hopefully have some way of killing that minion before he does a hit, because I don't want to lose my charges for the minion. This is a tough call. We have to think about the scourges as well. So if I go with the special now, I will be ability blocked. And the only way to get rid of that ability block is to use my Cersei ultimate, which I really want to save. So maybe that's the actual point of not going with the special first. Like special might be better if we got to use the ultimate right next to it. It might be like min-maxing like the best optimal way. But Not quite sure. Alright, so here comes the heal. Here comes one attack. And so we're going with the basic, of course. I think this is the character we want to hit. Because I really don't want him to be wasting all of our cooldown, sorry, all of our charges. And Storm basic won't be doing much damage anyways. Okay, so what now? We have the basic. We could use the basic to hit Mr. Negative, which would be doing almost no damage because we don't have offense up, and the first 3 hits would be going through those defense ups. The isolated attack would be of course beneficial because we could be flipping those, but I think the right call is to hit Silver Samurai. The other one would be Squirrel Girl. Actually, we have a charge ready. So Silver Samurai's ability will be wasted. But Squirrel Girl has that ultimate coming up. With an offense up, I think it can still do quite a lot of damage. So let's actually go for Squirrel Girl. Right. And let's see. Now she's about to take turn before Mr. Negative. Silver Samurai goes first, takes away our charge. Then it's our turn. We'll be doing Spider Weaver special, and that changed. So I have a chance of killing her with the chain attack if I do the basic over here. And I think that would be going perfectly with Spider Weaver's abilities. Even though I would sort of like to hit over here just to make sure that Squirrel Girl dies, I think the right call is to be hitting over here to make sure we can get rid of those debuffs. Those defense ups. Let's go over here. So there's the Silver Samurai ultimate. And now we're going over here and we have to kill Squirrel Girl and that minion. Now Mr. Negative has his ultimate coming up next, but we have a charge. So should I be hitting here or here? Silver Samurai will be taunting next turn, so I think I want to go over here. And I'm just gonna play to the charges, so I'm gonna be trying to get rid of him. Alright, perfect. And now we have... This is like definitely best run. I'm so glad that I did it on video. So, basic. Here's the ability. I can deal with that. We don't have any charges left, so I don't care about the demon right now. I don't think that matters. We want to get rid of those buffs. This might... let's go over here. If we can get the assist hit, that would help a lot. Alright. Let's go with the basic. That should be doing a lot of damage. Let's go with the basic. Let's really hope we can get him down. So close. Whew. Dude. That was the best freaking node ever. Everything went like I wanted it to work, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, scourges are fun. Like when you have to do these like puzzles, when you're like doing everything in the optimal way and trying to find the best possible teams, it feels so rewarding, like this one. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you got something out of it, if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. You know the deal. Spread this video all you like. I wouldn't mind at all, of course. And yeah, spread the information. Help your alliance mates by spreading these videos and doing some information for them as well. And see you in the next one. Alrighty, bye.